Hey, just wanted to get on real quick and talk about seeds. Right now, I have I have very little luck with my cucumbers, and that's mainly because of water. Uh, I'm gonna tell you, you got to be prepared to have some type of system that's gonna keep a constant water. You can't go one day and let the roots get dry. That's with any plants, but more so any type of vegetables that require a lot of water, and cucumbers do. So that's one of the reasons I had like a whole bunch of cucumbers, and I just didn't get them outside in time enough, and they pretty much just died. You know, I had them in the house. They attracted a lot of fruit flies, and even when they're outside, they're gonna attract a lot of fruit flies. So you have to maintain some type of organic solution like neem oil or something like that. But here, I do like cucumbers, and I don't want to pass this season without even at least trying to grow them. So all my cucumbers died, and so here we go. I do have them here in my area is between March and July, so I still have time. And it takes 30, 60 days, so that's like 2 months. So it's now May, so I had a full month of June and July to, this is perfect timing in May here to actually go ahead and plant them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go outside and stick these in a little planter. But right now I'm hydrating them. If you're gonna direct sow, this is a very good thing to do. I have some distilled water here, and another thing that you'll know is when you put them in the water, the ones that float to the top, you just want to take those out and trash them, because you're gonna think that you're gonna get a plant there, and you're not really gonna get a healthy plant if you do get one, because it's floating. It's been busted open. It's probably the seed is bad inside or what have you. So out of that pack, it was maybe a handful of seeds, maybe 15 at that, and that was like $1 or something. But hey, it's well worth growing your own, because you go to the store, you're gonna pay $1 for one. And on one, two bushes, you may get like 15 cucumbers. So it weighs out if you grow your own. So here, the ones that floating to the top, you see two down there that really not all the way down. They may not do as well as the ones that's just all the way down. So those two that's hanging out there, they may not do as well. But those two that's floating at the top, I think it's just two. Yeah. Those two that's floating at the top, they're definitely not going to do good. So what I'm going to do is just going to go outside. I'm going to plant these. And what I'm going to do is make sure that I have something like a bottle. This is what I've been doing. I'll have like a bottle here, right? And I clean it out real good, and I'll heat my scissors up, because this is real. You can't heat this up, but I'll heat my scissors up on the stove, and then I'll puncture holes, very small holes. You don't want the water to disperse really quick. You want it to do a slowly feed. So I'll do a little dab. You gotta make sure it's really hot, and do a little dab on all four corners. Bury this to wherever you think the root's gonna be, or yeah, you want to do it at the bottom, because the water's gonna settle all the way down to the bottom. But bury this in between your plants, and the first time you plant them, plant the top, because you want the nutrients to get down in there, because you're going to pour the nutrients on the top or bury it close to the plant. And also every 3 weeks or so, put the nutrients directly in this bottle and water directly in this bottle. Now, if you're doing outside gardening, and even if you're on a patio, or you're in an apartment, it's very, very beneficial to get a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with water, tap water, doesn't matter, I guess, and let it sit in the sun for a couple hours before you use it. So this rotation, you may need to get like 3 or 4 buckets and just let them sit out in the sun. What it's gonna do is gonna kind of dissipate the chlorine and kill off all that stuff. That's really kind of not good for our skin, but I guess they say it cleans the water, but it's not good to ingest, and definitely not good for your plant. So if you don't have like filtration system, do it that way. Do it naturally. The sun, it does wonders. So just do your water that way and you'll be good. So I hope this little tip was helpful. I'm hoping that these cucumbers is the last time I have to actually plant them, and I hope I get some cucumbers this summer. But these are, if you're, even if you're in a studio or you're in an apartment, you can grow these on your porch because they're bush. It's gonna grow like a nice little bush plant. It's not gonna be like a vine where you're gonna have to be like, I can't. This stuff is growing wild. These actually grow in a bush, but you got to make sure that you get you some tomato fertilizer. Is good. Just get you some tomato fertilizer. They got organic ones, but it's gonna need that kick of nitrogen and phosphorus and magnesium, all the things we need, of course. And which reminds me, I'm about to go take my magnesium pill. I get a lot of calcium from all types of vegetables, but believe me, magnesium is very hard to get. And so, unless you're eating a lot of vegetables, which I think most of the people who are vegan or vegetarian are doing anyway. So that's enough of that. I hope this tip was helpful. If you like, go ahead and check me out on YouTube at